Good morning, students. Welcome back in your SS class. Student, in the previous lecture, we have started fourth chapter of civics, that is understanding laws, where we have discussed about rule of law and we have discussed what are laws. And we have also discussed that laws, they are applied to everybody in a very equal manner. There is no discrimination on the basis of color and caste and any other things, right? We have discussed all these things in the previous class. Now, from this video lecture, we will start the further chapter. Okay, so let's start the chapter. Dear student, first of all, we will discuss about the difference between rule of law and rule by law. This is the most important point for you all, right? So let's discuss the things. First of all, let's discuss about rule of law. Rule of law, it is derived from the French phrase la principe de legality, which means that government based on the principle of law. What does it mean? It means that government would work as per the laws, right? And this rule of law, it is a Latin term, that is lex is rex. It means that law is king. It means that law is the supreme. Law is the supreme. If a person is selected, and you can say it's elected as a king and as a head of the state, that particular person has to act upon according to this rule and regulation. It means that these rule and regulations, they are supreme. They can never be changed. Whenever the ruler has been changed, then the rule will be same. Everybody has to act upon according the things, right? The second thing is that rule by law. What does it mean? My dear student, it is also a Latin term. It means that also a rex is lex. See the difference. The first one is lex is rex. Here rex is lex. Now lex is rex, it means law is king, but rex is lex, it means that king is law. What does it mean? It means that whenever a king, it has been selected and you can say it has been elected, that person make law, and according to that law, that person function, and you can say that person govern. And that rule, it is just only made by that particular king, so it will function only during that particular king. Whenever the king, whenever the ruler, he has been abolished, and you can say whenever he was not in power, then that law may be abolished also. That rule may be abolished also. So this is the basic difference between rule of law and rule by law, right? Hope so this question is clear to all of you. And this question is asked by a girl. I don't know the name of that particular girl, but this question is asked that particular student. And this is the difference between rule of law and rule by law. And this rule of law, it has been included in our fundamental right, and which can't be abolished by any government. This rule of law, it is, you can say that supreme, and there is no discrimination on the basis of caste, color, and creed. So that's why all people are equal before the law and no one is above the law, right? Hope so the concept is clear. Now, student, let's see the further question, that how do new laws come about? This is the most important thing for you. And we have already discussed about it in the previous, you can say chapter also, where we have discussed about why do we need parliament. We have discussed about the function of parliament, and the major function of the parliament, it is that to make new laws and to revise the existing laws. We have discussed about in the previous chapter also, right friends? So my dear student, here I want to tell you that the parliament, it has, you can say it played an important role in making laws. It has a great role in the making laws. It has great role in the making laws. Now we have one question here. Then how parliament get to know about that which laws are required to be made? Means how the parliament come to know about that the laws must be made and that this law must not be made. So dear student, it has many ways that through which you can say that a parliament comes to know that which law is required. The first way is that sometimes some issues are raised by the different groups of the societies. Then the parliament has to make laws related to that particular issue. Right, students? Second thing, protest. Sometimes there are many people who protest against anything, many things. We can see that like आजकल हमारे यहाँ पर किसान आंदोलन चला हुआ है, right? So we have to, the people are protesting against it because parliament has made a law for the farmers. So that's why people, they are protesting against it, right? Next most important, voice of the citizen. It means that sometimes some people, they demanded something, and this is you can say valid thing. So that's why sometimes this voice of the citizen, it also formulate that which type of law must be required. And the most important thing, role of the TV reports and newspaper also. So these are some ways through which parliament get to know about that which laws are required to be made now, right? So dear student, if we think about new laws, parliament, it plays an important role for making new laws, and parliament through these ways come to know about it that which laws are to be required at present, right? And what must be changed, and what changes must be in the society. All these things, you can say that parliament come to know about these from these methods, right? So in this way, we can say that one thing, that the parliament, it plays an important role in making laws. In the previous lecture, we have studied about it that whenever a law is formed, first of all, it is presented in the form of a bill, whether in the either of the house, whether it is in the Lok Sabha, whether it is in the Rajya Sabha. Only money bill, it is just only presented in the, you can say, Lok Sabha, but any other bill, it has been you can say presented, it has been presented in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Both the house, they discuss it, and you can say all the loopholes, they are abolished. After then, it has been to send to the president for its assent. Whenever the president sign on it, then particular bill become a law. We have discussed all these things in the last chapter. So an important role, parliament played an important role for making, you can say, laws. And sometimes whenever people face any problem, then parliament played an important role to change the laws also. Because sometimes whenever we make a law, it thinks that that particular thing, it is very, you can say that very impressive. But whenever we follow it in a practical life, then we come to know about it that it has, you can say, many loopholes, right? So there is a issue, that is domestic violence. After India got independence, our Constituent Assembly, it has been prepared constitution, then many issues are raised, and according to those issues, amendment was there and new laws were formed. So, sorry. So at that time, there was an issue, that is of domestic violence. It was brought to the attention of the parliament also, and the process adopted for this issue to become a law. Means after this process, there is a law for there is a law which is against domestic violence. The Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, it was implemented to protect the women from being abused and injured from the male. So my dear student, this act, it has been implemented. Why? To protect women from the, you can say, from the harshness and you can say harassment of the male member, right? This is the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, right? And this domestic violence, the injury and you can say the harm caused by an adult male member to his wife, this is very dangerous. So let's discuss a story to understand why this Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 is important. Let's discuss about it through a story. And this story has been given to your class, you can say, book also. See this thing. Hope so you have seen this thing. Up to the October 2006, Sajia, did you read today's newspaper? Isn't it a great day for women? So then Sejia कहती है, not just women, violence-free homes will benefit everyone. Kusum, it is taken such a long time to get this law passed. In fact, it began the establishing the need also, right? Okay, students, then Kusum and Sejia, they work for a women organization. Means they work for the women right also. There is an organization for the protection of the women right. So they work for a women organization, and they remember the journey of how the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act it has been passed. They knew about it. April 1991, a typical day at their office. They remember this thing. It was the time of October 2005 and 6 when this act was passed, but they remember that incident when April 1991, a typical day at their office, means as usual day is in their office. Then two ladies came in their office, and one lady said that I need advice. My husband beats me up. I haven't told anyone so far. I feel so ashamed and I can't go on like this anymore. But I have nowhere to go. एक वीमेन आती है, वो कहती है कि भाई उसकी जो हस्बैंड है वो उसे हर रोज पीटते हैं, वो किसी को बता भी नहीं सकती, बट वो उसे टोलरेट भी नहीं कर सकती इस बात को. At the same time, there is another lady. I'm being ill-treated by my son and my daughter-in-law also. They verbally abuse me also. I have no access to my bank account also. They may even throw me out also. There's a second woman. Now, first woman said that I don't want to go to the police. I just want to stop this violence. Second lady कहती है, I just don't want to be thrown out of the house I'm living in. So this is the situation when in April 1991, this situation came in their organization. Now, unfortunately, the existing law is a criminal one and does not offer these options. Now, the lady told them that we don't have such type of law that can protect them. Throughout the 1990s, the need for a new law was raised in different forms. And it means different organization. Means to protect the women from the, you can say, domestic violence and from the other things, the different organization, and you can say different women organization, they protest against it. And even they public meeting was there, and everywhere it was discussed. And in 1919, lawyers collectively, a group of lawyers and law students and activists, after nationwide consultant took the lead in drafting the domestic violence bill. And this draft bill, it was widely circulated everywhere. It means that the issue for the domestic violence, it has been presented in the form of bill in the parliament. Right, students? So in this way, we can say that the situation is arise, and all over the world, from all over the world and different organizations, there are many meetings were held, and in newspaper and in many articles, the issue it is highlighted. The issue it is highlighted. Finally, this bill it was introduced in the parliament in 2002. Means during the 1990s, this issue it has been highlighted, but this bill it was introduced in the parliament in 2002, and this bill it was you can say discussed in the parliament by both the houses, where all the loopholes, where all the discussion were done so, and finally this law it has been passed. This law it has been passed that domestic violence act it must be abolished. Excellent. So in this way you come to know about it, how the parliament works, and how the new laws can be formed, right? In this way, you come to know about it. So, my dear student, here I want to tell you one thing, that the role of the citizen, it is very important. It is very important to help the parliament to issue different areas, to increase, you can say that to raise more issues, and according to that thing, people come to know about it, how the new laws form, right? And whenever the citizen they raise their voice against any particular issue, then the parliament played an important role for make the laws. And whenever people participate in this situation, in this way, parliament, it is more accessible to the citizen also, and it has become more transparent. And people come to know about it, that how a particular law has been framed, how the particular law has been made. right? So dear student, here we can say that parliament plays an important role for making new laws and even revise the other laws also. Like that, the Kisan Andolan, this protest has been done because government has made a new law, and this new law must be abolished or revised. That's why this protest has been done. So the parliament, it plays an important role for making new laws and to abolish the existing one, right? Now, dear student, we have another one question, that unpopular and controversial law. What does it mean? So, dear student, if a bill, and you can say if a bill passed and a law has been passed, can we change it or not? Sometimes, my dear student, it has been shown that whenever we make a particular law, it looks very impressive and attractive when it is written on the big paper. But whenever we follow it in a practical life, then we face a lot of problems. And sometimes protest was there. And those laws were considered unpopular and controversial law. Sometimes they favor one region, sometimes they favor one section of the society, and they neglect the other section of the society also. So that's why protest and different march are also done, so that the amendment can be done, and through which this controversial and these unpopular laws can be changed, right? So my dear students, sometimes the parliament passes law that turns out to be very popular. Means sometimes government makes such a law that people, you can say that like those particular laws. But there are many chances a law can be constitutionally valid and legal, but it can be unpopular and unacceptable by the people, because they feel that the intention behind it may be unfair, it may be harmful to the citizen, because laws are made for the society, for the citizen, and for the benefit of the citizen, right? But sometimes a law, it may be appear very popular, very, you can say that valid, but whenever we face it in a practical manner, sometimes they became unpopular, right? So the people might criticize those laws, and sometimes public meetings were held there against these laws also, and write about in the newspaper, report of the TV news channel also, it has been shown, right? In a democracy, citizen has, you can say, right to freedom to express their opinion also, according to the fundamental right. So in this way, in democracy, citizens express their unwillingness to accept this type of laws, which is prepared by the parliament. When a large number of people, they begin, you can say, they begin to feel that a wrong law has been passed, then there is a pressure on the parliament to change it. Then there is an amendment process, through which, through amendment process, the parliament can change that particular law, right? Let's see the other things. If the law favors one group and disregard the other, it will be a controversial law, and sometimes it lead conflict. Just to listen it very carefully. First one is unpopular law. Sometimes people make a law, and this particular law become, you can say, so much unpopular that people raise protest against it, and government has to change. But there may be some laws which favor a particular section of the society and disregard the other section of the society. This type of laws, they are called controversial laws. These are not fair laws. Sometimes they are the unfairness of the government also, and the court has the power to modify or cancel these type of law if it finds that they don't work as per the constitution, right? For example, let's think about it. Unpopular law, it is Rowlatt Act in 1919. This is the example of the unpopular law. In 1919, Rowlatt Act was passed by the Constituent Assembly. It was the time whenever we are under the British period, and under this law, if any person, any person is having the doubt that that particular person is the political activist, he will be arrested without any fair trial for 2 years. मीन्स अगर किसी के ऊपर ऐसा लगता कि ये पर्टिकुलर व्यक्ति पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविस्ट है, उसे 2 साल के लिए बिना किसी जज के सामने पेश किए जेल में डाल दिया जाएगा. That is Rowlatt Act in 1919. This is the great example of the unpopular law. right? Now, Article 498, a Dowry Act. You can say that it is a controversial law. This act was introduced in the year of 1983 with the purpose to fight against the threats of the oppression of women by her husband and her relative, her relative also. Sometimes it was seen that you can say in our Indian society that dowry, it was become a dowry system. It has become a social evil. It has become a social evil, and many bride, they were burnt, they were killed just only due to that dowry. So Article 498, a Dowry Act, it has been passed in the 1983 so that the women can be protected. But my dear student, it is a matter of disappointment that most of the women, they are misusing of this law. Sometimes they file a case in the court, and that particular husband, he is innocent, but government and you can say court has to take the side of that particular girl. So they are misusing this thing. So that's why this is a great example of the controversial laws. Also, this concept is clear to all of you. Now, dear student, we are at the end of the chapter. So in India, role of citizen does not end with elected representative. They also analyze the work done by the MPs also. If they are not work according to them, sometimes they criticize their action also whenever it is needed. And therefore, it is also stated that people in a democratic country have the right to protest against any type of unjust law. Whenever government pass any law and it looks unjust law, then people have to protest against it. And it is the duty of any citizen of us. We don't have duty that we are just only elected the representative and then stop. No, our duty is just only continuing. Means we have to act upon according to the things. We must we must work as an active citizen. Whenever we work as an active citizen, it means that involvement and enthusiasm of the people, it helps always parliament to perform function in a very democratic manner, and you can say in a very proper manner. Right, friends? So this is all about the chapter. Hope so everything is clear to all of you. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.